Tells about the history and the economic impact of the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail. On the ABC Montgomery program, Your Community This Week, the author of a new book about the history and the economic impact of the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail in Alabama. Mark Fagan is with us. Good morning, and thank you for being with us.
My pleasure.
Tell me how you got started on this trail, no pun intended, to write the book about the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail.
I graduated from the University of Alabama in 1981 and went to Jacksonville State University. And we began looking at what counties in the northeastern part of the state might do for economic development, in that they had difficulty competing in what we call the smokestack chasing or the silicon chip sweepstakes.
Smaller population, maybe not the infrastructure needed for that kind of a development, and other factors, I guess.
Exactly. And we knew that if you wanted to have economic development, you needed to get money to the area. So you could either produce something and sell it through manufacturing or agriculture, or you could just have people bring money to the area.
And give it to you.
Exactly. Bring it to, tourists and retirees. So we started looking at the economic impact of retirees, and we looked at Arizona and Florida and North Carolina, South Carolina, Arkansas, and we saw how those places had developed, and we saw all the assets being transferred with retirees when they relocated. So we got interested in that as a topic in the mid-'80s and developed expertise in that area.
And so then came the proposal for a Robert Trent Jones golf course, golf trail, and the two seemed to go parallel.
What actually happened was that I was released half-time from Jacksonville State to work with the Guy Hunt administration in 1988 to establish the Alabama program to attract retirees over in ADECA. And we worked with the communities around the state to do that. And so Dr. Bronner was interested in making Alabama stronger because he felt that would be the best for the pension fund. And he was looking to get into economic development. Things weren't going so well in Alabama in 1990. We had a negative image, high unemployment, other problems, average schools. And so he started looking at alternative investments and economically targeted investments in the state of Alabama to get an equal or better return, but to also get the impact and the benefit of the pension money that he was investing, so that we got the benefit and not the other states. So the Trent Jones Golf Trail became an interesting concept to attract tourists, to attract retirees, and enhance the quality of life for attracting other industry and expanding existing industry. It took more than cheap labor, so improve the quality of life, enhance the image of Alabama.
And there are 11 golf courses now. We're jumping forward to the present.
Yeah,
11 courses spread across the state.
It started out as 7 sites, 4 54-hole sites, primarily in the urban areas, the first 4, and then 3 in the more scenic rural areas, in order for there to be a trail with shorter driving distances, so that you could bring people from California and around the world to play golf here. And then as the years went along, there needed to be nice places for those people to stay. So this book is about not only the 11 golf complexes that we have now, but the 8 resort hotels. And then also in each of the chapters, we look at the relationships that were built during the development of those golf courses and hotels, which led in Mobile to revitalization of downtown Mobile, the office buildings there that RSA has invested in. In the Shoals area, you've had industrial development up there, which followed the relationship that Dr. Bronner made in the Shoals with the leaders up there. But there have been over 8,000 houses built around these golf trails, and hundreds of millions of dollars in commercial development. And Prattville is a great example.
Sure.
You can remember when there was a cornfield up there, it wasn't that long ago. And so particularly, there are 11 complexes, 468 golf holes, which equates to 26 courses. Tim, you and I could go play 13 holes a day for 2 weeks and not play the same hole. Yeah.
All right, since I don't golf, I'll golf.
Okay.
Thanks for the offer. We're going to continue our conversation in a minute. You're watching Your Community This Week, and of course, you're watching it on ABC Montgomery. Author Mark Fagan, he has written a book detailing the history and the economic impact of the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail. Is this book, was it paid for by somebody, or is it published like a novel?
Published by New South Books. Randall Williams is the great editor there, edited over 600 books that worked with me on this. But this book is a tribute to everyone, the thousands of people that worked on developing this trail. This is a massive project. It's compared to the construction of the Golden Gate Bridge. More dirt was moved than when the Panama Canal was built. And there were many legal agreements, financial arrangements, acquiring property. None of the property was paid for by RSA. And it was either donated by developers who got increased value. They built houses and commercial development around those properties, or if the property, like over at Grand National, the Waterworks Board in Opelika, donated, they didn't donate, they leased the land. So the land in Mobile, land was leased. So there were places in Greenville where land was leased. It was public land that was leased. So and then you had an economy of scale building 54 holes. RSA got it where they could build 54 for what it would cost me to go build 18.
Oh.
So, but it's a tribute to all the policies. Each one of the deals for each of the sites is totally different because they were different. But Dr. Bronner wanted all the communities to be involved. He wanted ownership, proprietorship. So it's a great planning model that created a lot of value in the initial investment for RSA. The courses in our area here in Montgomery, Grand National and Capitol Hill are both national draw courses. Cambrian Ridge in Greenville is a beautiful site. It's unbelievable for that part of the state. And people there were over 500,000 rounds played on that golf trail last year, and over half those people came from out of state.
Let me ask you a question. Thinking about numbers there, there were a series of articles that were printed between maybe 2011 and 2014 saying that golf was dying, that the number of people playing golf is going down, younger people aren't doing it. Do you believe that?
Sure, but
and that is in effect the Robert Trent Jones.
Well, let's take the Montgomery area and the Capitol Hill course is very popular these days. It has 3 regulation 18-hole courses. You can go out any door and you can see a totally different golf course. There's a hotel on the property up there. There's the beautiful Renaissance Montgomery Hotel. Okay, so people can, and with the airport, they can come into Montgomery, 2 interstates. They can go to Capitol Hill. They can play all they want there. 45 minutes, they can drive over to Auburn, play Grand National. 40 minutes, go down to Greenville, an hour up to Birmingham. So this particular side is the most popular on the trail.
Quick question: the book is out now, or will be out by the time this airs?
You
can get it at New South or through local
online retailers. Actually, we Googled it, and it's for sale in most of the countries around the world right now.
Okay.
How
much is it?
Well, just let them check the prices on
right. If you have to ask, it costs too much.
Well,
Mark, I'm sorry, we're out of time.
Okay.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning. If you have a guest or topic suggestion for this program, I'm going to tell you how you can send it to us coming up next on Your Community This Week.